Waters already suffering a concussion. There's Vincent up and walking around. He came off limping.
And also, you know, talk about the decision by Lindy and funny. Kerry Blanchard, if there's a guy who deserves to go to the Pro Bowl, this guy does. 31 of 35. And it would be poetic justice for what they did to him in New Orleans.
Absolutely.
I mean, it would be the perfect way for him to go. And it's not a gift. He earned it.
The first time we ever saw him kick, we said, this guy is going to be a kicker for a long time in this league. And how about Chris Gardocki, his teammate? They both should be going to Honolulu.
Absolutely. Both of them have posted the numbers to earn it.
Blanchard has hit 31 out of 35 this year. The league record for field goals is 35. Blanchard sneaks this one through on the right side. His 32nd field goal of the year. And the Colts, with a long clock-eating drive, take a touchdown lead. Topic, backup quarterbacks. As the Eagles and Colts have learned, you're always one play away from starting your backup quarterback. This season, 15 teams have had to call on their second-team QB due to injury, and those number twos have forged a combined record of 29 and 29. And who is the top one? Ty Detmer. 5 wins as a backup quarterback. Craig with 4, Kerbeck and Berline with 3 apiece, 29 and 29 overall. There's Rodney Peete, whose injury created the backup situation for Detmer. Witherspoon on the return. Dunk shy of the 20. And speaking of backup quarterbacks, we may have started a new category tonight as Paul Justin hit his hand on Rhett Hall's helmet on the last play. Kerwin Bell and Jim Harbaugh, the only other available signal caller.
Take a look at this. Watch when he makes the delivery. You're going to see Rhett Hall right there. See it right there? He hits the top of his head. It's like giving him a right cross, except he's got his helmet.
Justin icing down that hand. Waters is back in. And he'll get the carry. Ricky Waters for 5. And what you hope right now for Ricky Waters is that he doesn't get dinged again.
No, but looking at him move around, you sense he's very conscious. You'll notice his eyes are a whole lot different than they were when he went off. I mean, they were big, and they looked like those deers caught in those headlights.
They're normal size now. That is Kerwin Bell, who would get the call. Harbaugh, the emergency quarterback. And they don't want to play Jim Harbaugh. He is still too injured to do that. Detmer with a deep drop. Rifles, and Fryer couldn't hold it. Ray McElroy on the coverage.
I wouldn't necessarily say that a 15 to 20 yard pass that Ty has to throw that hard is his strength. His strength is reading the defense and moving around. This ball is thrown a little bit behind Irving Fryer, but he should make these catches. Watch, the ball's coming in behind him a little bit, but that's the second one that he's put on the ground.
I asked Fryer what was the difference in catching a pass from Ty Detmer or Dan Marino. He says, I don't get yelled at as often when I drop it.
He keeps putting him on the ground, he will.
He'll get yelled at. 3rd and 5. Detmer can't find anybody. Has the first down out at the 36-yard line. Richard Dent chased him down.
Mike, whenever you talk to a coach about Ty Detmer, the one thing that they bring out is this guy has a great awareness of football. There's a case where he's basically going to stay in the pocket as long as he can, but he realizes he can pick up the first down, so he goes and makes the play like a football player. That's what Ray Rhodes really likes about him.
7:40 to go in the first half. 10-3. Here comes the blitz. Waters against it. Stuffed after a gain of maybe a yard. First man there was Trev Alberts. And got some help from Bernard Whittington, number 95. There's Jim Harbaugh. I feel so badly for him because we were all so happy for him a year ago when he gained the title of Captain Comeback, had such a brilliant year, and he has just been beaten on all year long.
And in talking to him this week at workouts this week, he said he hopes he'll be back by Kansas City next week. I'm a little bit doubtful of it, but the guy's a miracle man.
Waters Waters goes in motion. Detmer to Fryer. Dropped and intercepted. Picked off Jason Belcher. Touchdown. The only Colts defender who has started every game, and another one off the hands of Irving Fryer, Joe.
Mike, you talked about the fact that he didn't get yelled at as much. This ball is not a perfectly thrown ball, but you got to make the play. You got to make the play. He's got 3 of them that he's dropped tonight. This one cost him big.
Belcher's second interception of the year, the 8th of his career. And the Colts, who could hold practice on a hospital ship, have taken a 17-3 lead. Irving Fryer and his offensive mates have a lot of work to do. In Indianapolis, as Jason Belcher goes 44 yards on an interception return off the hands of Irving Fryer, and it is 17-3 Colts, who were left for dead with all their injuries. They beat Buffalo a week ago, and here in their last home game, they are on top of the Eagles by 14.
You just can't say enough about the job Lindy and Sponte and his staff have done getting these guys ready to play.
Whittington 3 yards deep, or Witherspoon, excuse me, and Gardocki another nice kick.
Mike, I want to. This offense that the Eagles run is based on timing a lot. The ball gets out quite often before the receiver gets his head around. That's Ty Detmer on the right. This is Irving Fryer coming off. Now Detmer is set to go, but see, Fryer's already got his head around, and Detmer is just now releasing the football. So you can't say that he didn't see the ball to have a chance to make a play on it. And of course, you know, Ty knows, hey, you can't throw them all perfect, but that's the 3rd one that's bounced up in the air. I tell you, he keeps going like this, he's going to think Dan Marino was quiet compared to Ty.
Garner and Turner in the backfield together. Charlie Garner on the toss. And the Colts swarm. Underneath the pile was Steve Morrison, 52. He made him jump, and Steve Martin, another rookie, was there with Whittington.
I don't believe that you can run sideline to sideline on this defense. Watch how they keep these shoulders square as they pursue. Watch the defensive line. Look at everybody. Here it is. Watch this right here. Look at shoulder square, shoulder square, shoulder square. There's nowhere to go but up for about 3 yards. Great pursuit. Jim Johnson's defensive philosophy is keep them square.
Ricky Waters back in the lineup. Detmer throws short. Alberts makes the tackle on Chris T. Jones out at the 28-yard line.
For the Philadelphia Eagles, we've now reached the most exciting time of the game for them, or I should say the most anxious. It's 3rd and 3 or 4, where Ty's going to have to go back, pick out a receiver, and try and get him to catch the football. Very uncharacteristic of a Ray Rhodes football team.
Third and 3. Here comes the blitz. Detmer throws. Fryer has this one and gets the first down at the 35. Tony Bennett was there, so was Ray McElroy.
That was the same blitz that they opened the game with, realizing that Ty's going to want to go short. What he does this time is he slides a little bit out of the pocket, has everybody picked up. Good job by the backs and the offensive line, and he'll slide to his right. Here comes the blitz again. Everybody up the middle. Great job. Great job by Turner, but also by Raleigh McKenzie. He blocks 2 linebackers that time.
Waters. And there just isn't much there in the ground game for the Eagles tonight. They are the 10th best rushing team in the NFL. Coming up at halftime, Chris Berman with the fastest 3 minutes in television. The review of last weekend. Peace in Major League Baseball. Thought we'd never say that, didn't you? NHL, NBA updates and highlights of everything that's going on.
Big games coming up this weekend. The Boomer's going to tell us all about.
2nd and 8. Clock running, 4:07 to go in the half. Waters, nice move to get free, and he has the first down. Dedrick Matthews made the ankle tackle.
You know, Mike, I think if there's one area that has fallen off a little bit for Ricky Waters, it's been the receiving part. He's worked so hard on becoming a good blocker and a real disciplined runner that his receiving skills, you just don't have enough time. And he's not as natural and as fluid as I saw him when he was in San Francisco. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
He just doesn't look as clean moving around.
That may be because of the added weight also. Garner and Waters in there together. Detmer, that one's tipped and intercepted. Trev Alberts to the 39.
Steve Morrison, number 52. A linebacker comes around outside, jumps and tips it.
An unbelievable turn of events for the Colts defense. 14-point lead after Ty Detmer's second interception of the night.
Steve Morrison comes off the outside. There he is on the phone telling the coach exactly what he saw. And this is the way he executes it. He's outside. He's going to come inside. They don't block him. And he's just going to jump up in the air and with one hand tip it. He comes clean. Ricky Waters can only block one, and you block the most dangerous to the quarterback. That's the inside rusher, Trev Alberts. ESPN's Trev Alberts showing his athletic ability.
Alberts out of Nebraska. Cliff Gross is in there. Marshall Faulk is out as a flanker. Paul Justin back at quarterback. Remember, he injured his hand. Justin hit as he throws for Dilger. Incomplete. James Willis came right after Justin. Don Griffin on the coverage. He may have hit his hand again.
He's gripping the ball pretty well. He gets it up. That one was just hit on the arm that time. That's the reason why the ball comes out looking like a goose.
And Dilger still almost got there.
But I could see again, he was talking to Marvin Harrison. He was telling him something.
Eagles show blitz and come with it. Justin throws complete to Harrison. Harrison at the 23, first down.
You know, that completion goes back to the incompletion before. When the play was over, he puts his hands up and he says, hey, if they come after me, Marvin, you got to make a play. But it doesn't happen unless you can get blocking from the backs. Here comes the blitz off the corner. Marshall Faulk just holds up and does a great job protecting him. Good route by Marvin Harrison. Terrific hands. He's built for this kind of surface. He's low, and he makes unbelievable moves off it.
First down, Colts at the 22. Back in the eye. Faulk, nowhere to go. Fuller came up. William Thomas came up in a hurry, and they pounded him. Troy Vincent, the medical report on him, a bruised knee and a strained groin for Dawkins. They are both questionable. So half of the Eagles secondary out of the ball game. 3/4 of the starting secondary for the Colts didn't start at all.
The thing is, Mike, is when you play on Sunday and have to play on Thursday, your legs don't get a chance to come back. If there's one area that coaches worry about for their players on a short week, it's the legs.
The NFL's best pregame show, NFL Countdown, every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. as Chris Berman and the gang will preview all the action. Then at 7 p.m. it's prime time, where you'll see all the highlights of all the day's games. And at 8 p.m. we'll be in Detroit as Barry Sanders and the Lions take on the Minnesota Vikings. And the Vikings, of course, still in the playoff hunt. Game over 500, trying to stay there.
Lost a tough one a few weeks ago to Denver. I mean, they got Denver beat it. Ed McCaffrey just plucks one out of the air to make a touchdown and win a game for him.
And this is huge in the playoff race. The Eagles, with a win tonight, would go into first place in the NFC East. The Colts would get a step up in the wild card race in the AFC. 2nd and 13. Justin incomplete. Faulk set out again as a flanker.
before he gets it out.
Oh.
I mean, you know, if you compare Detmer and Justin, it's like talking about a wedge and a driver. I mean, it's just